This is WLOX News Now at 10. Your news for South Mississippi starts now.
Tonight, Mississippi voters turning out for the primary elections and among tonight's races.
Former President Donald Trump and Republican frontrunner taking 92% of the votes tonight as Trump wins all of Mississippi's 40 delegates. While there were 3 other names on the ballot, all 3 candidates have dropped out of the presidential race, opening the door for Trump's big victory tonight in the Magnolia State. President Joe Biden ran unopposed in Mississippi. Earlier tonight, Biden clinched the number of delegates needed for the Democratic nomination.
In the Republican primary for U.S. Senate, Roger Wicker has been named the winner, taking the lead over Ghanem Burton and Dan Eubanks. Supporters celebrating Roger Wicker's win at the GOP headquarters in Jackson. Wicker was in Washington, D.C. tonight, but was able to FaceTime in with his supporters back here in the Magnolia State after results were announced, saying he would love to continue to serve Mississippians for another 6 years.
We've got some tough times ahead of us. And I do hope to have the opportunity for a lead role and perhaps a chairmanship on the Armed Services Committee if we win, when we win the majority in November. We've got some tough decisions to make, and we need to decide whether we're going to continue to have peace and whether we're going to be strong enough to make sure that no one tries anything against us. We have a great nation. Not everyone in leadership has made great decisions over the past several years, and we need to rectify some of that. But listen, this is one of the greatest honors.
Wicker has held the job since late 2007. He will face attorney and military veteran Ty Pinkins on the Democratic ticket in November. In the Republican primary race for Mississippi's 4th congressional district covering the coast, the race being called in Representative Mike Ezel's favor, who brought in the most votes over Carl Boynton and Michael McGill. Ezel will face Democrat Craig Rabun in November's general election.
And joining us now from our nation's capital, Congressman Mike Ezel, after winning tonight's Republican nomination to represent District 4 in the U.S. Congress. Once again, Congressman, congratulations. And how different is it running as an incumbent compared to 2 years ago when you were trying to unseat the incumbent?
Well, I'll tell you what, I look at it all the same. You know, I work hard. I try to do my best. You know, every election, if you have an opponent, is an election that you give 110%, and that's what I've always done in everything that I've ever run. And yeah, I feel like it was just the same. It's a campaign. You got to work hard. You got to try to get to as many people as you can. And you know, my lifelong record of public service has served me well in this campaign. And you know, the people have put their faith back in me, and I'm very thankful for that. And we'll continue on with the good work that we've been doing.
Your opponent did come at you pretty hard with some TV ads, but you certainly didn't seem to resonate in terms of the polls, as you have a comfortable win tonight in terms of the margin of victory. What was the difference between you and your opponents, you think?
You know, people are tired of this negative campaign stuff, and you know, it just don't work. And so, you know, we stayed on the high road, and it served us well. And I'm very grateful and thankful to the people of Mississippi that turned out and voted for me, and they put their trust in me. And I'll do my best to do the best job that I can do, as I always have.
So you still have to run in the general election. You do have a Democratic opponent coming up in several months from now in November, but you're going to stay there in Washington. What's some important issues that you're looking at that need to be immediately addressed in the next few months?
Absolutely. You know, I'll continue to work and campaign and earn the trust of the people. You know, we've been working very hard and diligently on the flood insurance problem that we have on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I've been really pushing the FEMA. I had our FEMA director on the witness stand today, questioned her really hard about the problems that we're having in South Mississippi, working with the Army Corps of Engineers to try to get the dredging done there to Port of Gulfport, among some other things that are going along throughout the district. You know, we got the big project going on there in Hattiesburg, you know, Eagle One. And so we're just looking forward to the future, and we're going to keep working hard one day at a time.
Congressman Mike Ezel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Hugh.